Did you know the average motorcyclist wastes over $1,000 a year on unneeded maintenance costs? And here's the kicker. A huge chunk of that money goes straight into mechanics' pockets for simple fixes you could do yourself. These shops charge for things you don't need, push costly products, and keep quiet about DIY fixes that could save you hundreds, if not thousands, over time. But today, we're breaking the cycle. I'm showing you 15 easy DIY motorcycle hacks that'll save you money. These aren't just random tips. They're the money-saving secrets that repair shops hope you never find out. The tricks that cut your repair bills, make your bike last longer, and keep you from getting ripped off every time you roll into the repair shop. Hack number 1. Ditch overpriced chain lubes. One of the easiest ways to save money on motorcycle care is by saying goodbye to those fancy chain lubes that shops push on you. Walk into any motorcycle store and they'll try to sell you an ultra-premium performance chain lube for $20 or more per can. But here's what mechanics don't tell you. You don't actually need that special stuff. Many top riders have been using simple gear oil or good synthetic motor oil for years, and it works just as well, if not better, than the pricey products. The secret to a long-lasting, smooth-running chain isn't about what brand of lube you use. It's about regularly applying lubrication and periodically cleaning your chain. Your chain needs lube to stop wear, keep it from rusting, and run smoothly. A small bottle of 90-weight gear oil costs much less than those branded motorcycle lubes and keeps your chain just as safe. Just one $8 bottle can last an entire season compared to burning through three $20 cans of the fancy stuff. One big mistake to avoid, though, is using WD-40 as a chain lube. This is where a lot of riders go wrong. WD-40, though a lubricant, has cleaning properties, so it isn't suitable to be used as a chain lube. It will wash away existing lube rather than protect your chain, leading to faster wear. If you want to use it to clean your chain, that's fine, but always follow up with proper lube afterward. Hack number 2. Brake fluid doesn't need changing as often as they claim. Ever noticed how some motorcycle shops try to sell you a brake fluid flush every single year? They make it sound like a must-do task, warning you about spongy brakes, water in the fluid, and poor stopping power. But here's the truth. They're just trying to take your money. Yes, brake fluid does soak up moisture over time, and if it gets dirty, it can affect your braking. But unless you're riding in extreme weather, racing, or always in high humidity, you don't need to replace it as often as they claim. For most riders, a brake fluid change every 2 to 3 years is completely fine. That's an instant 50 to 67% savings right there. So how do you know when it's actually time? Check the fluid yourself. It's simple. Just look at the brake fluid tank. If the fluid is clear or light amber, you're good to go. If it's turned dark brown or has gunk floating in it, then yeah, it's time for a flush. But if a shop tells you it needs to be changed just because it's been a year, they're probably just after easy money. Another trick mechanics won't tell you. Using high-quality .4 or .5.1 brake fluid means you can go longer between changes. It fights moisture better than cheaper fluids, so you don't need to replace it as often. At the end of the day, brake fluid matters, but don't fall for the yearly flush scam that costs you $80 to $100 each time. Hack number 3, the battery death myth exposed. Have you ever had a mechanic tell you that motorcycle batteries just die every 2 years and there's nothing you can do about it? That's a complete myth, and shops love it because it keeps customers coming back to buy new batteries way more often than they should. The truth is, a well-kept battery can last 5 years or more, sometimes even longer. The problem isn't the battery itself, it's how it's cared for. Most motorcycle batteries die early because riders let them sit too long without charging. When a battery sits unused for months, especially in cold weather, it slowly drains, and once it's fully dead, it's hard to bring it back to life. The simple fix? Use a battery tender. A trickle charger or a battery tender keeps your battery topped up when you're not riding, stopping deep drains that shorten its life. If you don't have one, at least start your bike regularly and take it for a short ride to keep the battery healthy. Another thing they won't tell you. Letting a battery run completely flat just once can hurt it forever. A basic $25 to $40 battery tender can save you from buying a new $100 to $200 battery every couple of years. That's about $400 saved over 5 years just from this simple hack. Think you're being smart with your bike maintenance? Mechanics are still banking on what you don't know. These next hacks are where most riders get scammed the hardest, and it's costing you hundreds every year. If you're getting value out of these money-saving motorcycle tips, do me a favor. Hit that like button so more riders like you can dodge these costly traps. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep your bike running better, longer, and cheaper than ever. Let's jump into hack number 4. Stop wasting money on special motorcycle cleaning products. Ever noticed how bike shops push motorcycle-specific cleaners, polishes, and waxes at huge prices? Here's the truth. Most of these products are just car or household cleaners in fancy bottles sold at double the cost. A good car wax works just as well on your tank as a so-called motorcycle polish. Simple Glass Cleaner is perfect for screens and mirrors, and normal degreasers clean your engine just fine. Don't fall for their marketing gimmick. Your bike doesn't care what's on the label. Instead of paying extra for fancy branding, stick to basic, cheap cleaning supplies. You'll get the same results and keep more cash in your pocket where it belongs. Using standard car products instead of motorcycle-specific ones can easily save you $50 to $100 per year on cleaning supplies alone. Hack number 5. A simple toothbrush can extend your chain's life thousands of miles. Shops love selling new chains and sprockets, but what they won't tell you is that most riders kill their chains way too early. Not from riding, but from poor care. Dirt and grime work like sandpaper, grinding away at your chain and wearing it out twice as fast if you don't clean it regularly. The best part? You don't need a costly chain cleaning tool. Just grab an old toothbrush and some kerosene or chain cleaner and give your chain a quick scrub once a month. This simple habit keeps dirt from building up, stops early wear, and can easily double your chain's life, saving you hundreds of dollars in new parts. And don't forget to give the chain a fresh lube after the clean. A well-kept chain can last 20,000 miles or more, but if you let it get dirty, you'll be paying for a new one way sooner than you need to. With chain and sprocket sets costing $150 to $300, this 5-minute cleanup with an old toothbrush could save you serious money. Hack number 6. Most fork leaks aren't real leaks. Fork seal fixes can cost hundreds of dollars, but here's something shops like to keep you in the dark about. Most fork seal leaks aren't actually leaks at all. In many cases, it's just dirt stuck under the seal, making it look like it's blown when it's really just clogged. Before you pay for a complete fork rebuild, try this simple fix. Take a thin plastic card, feeler gauge, or a seal mate tool, slide it under the seal, and gently work it around the fork tube. 8 times out of 10, this clears out the dirt and stops the leak right away. This quick $5 trick has saved countless riders from spending $300 to $500 on fixes they didn't need. Try it before handing over your cash to the shop. Even if you buy a purpose-made SealMate tool for $15, you're still saving hundreds of dollars. Hack number 7. Over-tightening your oil drain plug can cost you big. Are you already saving a buck by doing your own oil changes? But one of the most costly mistakes riders make during an oil change is tightening the oil drain plug too much. Shops won't warn you about this because if you strip the threads or crack the oil pan, guess what? You're paying them to fix it. It may sound like common sense, but here's what you need to know. Your oil drain plug doesn't need to be cranked down with all your strength. Over-tightening can cause threads to strip, the plug to get stuck, or even tiny cracks in the oil pan, leading to slow leaks that get worse over time. Some riders even end up having to replace the entire oil pan, turning a simple oil change into a major repair costing hundreds of dollars. The right way to do it? Hand tighten the plug, then turn it just a bit more, just enough to secure it. Even better, use a torque wrench and follow your bike's manual for the right setting. This free tip can save you from a $300 to $600 repair bill for a new oil pan or thread repair. That's a huge return on just being a little more careful. Hack number 8. A few cents worth of anti-seize saves you from costly repairs. Ever tried removing a bolt only to have it get stuck, strip, or snap off? If you have, you know what a nightmare it can be, sometimes needing special tools, heat, or even a mechanic to drill it out. But here's the simple fix. A tiny dab of anti-seize compound can prevent all of this. This cheap silver gray grease works as a shield against rust, moisture, and heat, keeping bolts from getting stuck over time. It's great for axle nuts, exhaust bolts, spark plugs, brake caliper bolts, and any metal parts open to the weather. If you ride in wet, salty, or humid places, bolts can rust. A small bit of anti-seize helps you easily remove and retighten them without the fear of breaking one off. A single tube of anti-seize costs under $10 and lasts for years, but it can save you hundreds in repair costs and prevent a huge headache. Mechanics won't tell you this because stuck bolts mean more business for them, but now you know better. Hack number 9. Your coolant flush is easier than they say. Your mechanic tells you that flushing your coolant is a hard job and charges you $100 or more to do it. Here's what they don't want you to know. It's actually one of the easiest DIY tasks you can do. Coolant doesn't need changing as often as some shops claim. Most bikes only need a flush every 2 years, but some mechanics will try to sell you on yearly coolant changes just to pad the bill. Before paying up, check your owner's manual for the real-time frame. The process itself is dead simple. Step 1. Drain the old coolant by removing the drain bolt or loosening the lower hose. Step 2. Flush the system by running some distilled water through it to clean out any gunk. Step 3. Refill with fresh coolant. Make sure to use motorcycle-specific coolant, not just car antifreeze, which can harm seals. Step 4. Get rid of air bubbles by running the bike for a few minutes and checking the coolant level again. If you can turn a wrench and use a catch pan, you can do this yourself in under an hour. The coolant itself costs about $15 to $20 compared to the $100+ shops charge for the service. Do this yourself every 2 years and you're saving $160 to $180 each time. Hack number 10, wheel bearing check. 30 seconds that can save hundreds. Most riders never think about their wheel bearings until it's too late. But when they fail, you're not just looking at a costly repair. You're looking at a serious safety risk. Mechanics love when riders ignore this simple check because by the time you notice something's wrong, you're paying them for new bearings, labor, and possibly even wheel or axle damage. The good news? Checking your wheel bearings takes just 30 seconds and can save you hundreds of dollars. Here's how. Step 1. Lift the front wheel off the ground. You can use a stand. Step 2. Spin the wheel and listen. If it spins smoothly and quietly, you're good. If you hear grinding, clicking, or feel resistance, your bearings are worn. Step 3. Check for play by grabbing the wheel on both sides and trying to move it side to side. Any clear wobble means the bearings are loose or failing. Step 4. Repeat for the rear wheel. If you catch bad bearings early, a new set costs very little and is easy to replace. But if you ignore them until they fail, you could end up with a locked-up wheel, damaged axle, or even a crash. The labor alone to replace seized bearings can run $150 to $200, not counting parts or possible wheel damage. Hack number 11, crushed can side stand support. Have you ever parked your bike on a hot summer day only to return and find it tipped over because the side stand sank into the soft ground? Or maybe you've had to park on soft dirt or sand and worried about your bike falling over while you're away. Here's a free hack that could save you from costly fairing or handlebar damage. A crushed soda can as a side stand support. When you lean 400+ pounds onto the small foot of your side stand, the pressure can be very high. But if you know basic physics, the same weight spread over a larger area lowers the pressure from your bike to the ground. Just center your side stand on a crushed can and you can enjoy your time off the bike, knowing it'll stay upright instead of sinking into the earth. It costs nothing but can prevent a $500 to $1,000 repair bill from a tip over. Smart riders keep a flat can in their storage or backpack for just this reason. Hack number 12. Duct tape sun visor blocker. If you've ever ridden west during sunset, you know how dangerous it can be when the sun is right in your eyes. Vision problems are not just annoying, they're potentially deadly on a motorcycle. Here's an old school hack that could save your life. Place a 1-inch strip of black tape across the top of your helmet visor. This creates a built-in sun blocker that you can use by simply tilting your head down slightly to put the strip between your eyes and the sun. When the sun is high in the sky, you can store the tape on the back of your helmet for later use. This $1 solution can be a lifesaver during those harsh sunset rides and is much cheaper than buying a special tinted visor for $40 to $70. Plus, you don't have to worry about getting caught after dark with a visor that's too dark. Hack number 13, newspaper boot dryer. There's nothing worse than putting on wet, cold boots the morning after a rainy ride, especially when you're on a trip. Most riders just deal with it or try using hotel hair dryers to dry them as best as possible. Here's a hack that costs nothing and works great. Stuff your wet boots with crumpled newspaper. Paper is very good at soaking up water and will pull moisture from the lining overnight. Just push as many balled-up pieces of paper into each boot as you can. For best results, change the papers once or twice during the night. By morning, your boots will be pretty much dry and comfy instead of cold and wet. This hack saves you from spending $50 to $100 on travel boot dryers or from the misery of riding all day with wet feet, which can make a long ride truly awful. Hack number 14, magnetic tank bag alternative. Do you need to attach directions, a toll pass, or your phone to your tank while riding? Store-bought tank bags can cost $50 to $200, but there's a much cheaper option if you just need to attach small items temporarily. Take some of those flat fridge magnets you get in junk mail, put them in a Ziploc bag, and keep them on your bike for when you need them. The next time you need to stick something to your metal tank, these magnets will hold it securely in place. This quick hack costs almost nothing compared to buying a real tank bag, and for many riders, it's all they need for short trips. Over time, this could save you $100 plus on gear you don't really need. Hack number 15, DIY helmet security wire. One of the biggest hassles for motorcyclists is what to do with your helmet when you're off the bike. Those tiny helmet locks on most motorcycles are hard to use, and many new helmets don't even have D-rings that fit them. Here's a simple DIY solution. Make your own helmet lock with a piece of wire cable. Buy a piece of cable from your hardware store that's long enough to loop through your helmet with a few inches to spare. Add crush sleeves to form loops at both ends. When you park your bike, simply loop the wire through the helmet and lock it to that hard-to-use helmet lock on your bike. Or loop it over the seat latch. This isn't perfect, but it will stop most people from taking your helmet. The whole setup costs under $10 and works much better than the built-in helmet locks that came with your bike. It can save you from carrying your helmet everywhere, or worse, having to replace a $300 to $700 helmet if it gets stolen. There you have it, 15 easy DIY motorcycle hacks that'll save you serious cash. Just using a few of these could put hundreds, if not thousands of dollars back in your pocket over the life of your bike. Which of these hacks will you try first? Comment below and let me know. And if you have your own money-saving motorcycle hack that I didn't mention, share it with the riding community. Don't forget to smash that like button if you found these tips helpful, and hit subscribe to catch more videos that'll keep your ride smooth and your wallet full. Turn on notifications so you never miss another money-saving hack. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and the repair bills low. Ride safe.